Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be sparking on the CYL banner. I do think the units this year, although they might not be the most inspired in terms of design choices, I think all of them have something really unique to offer as a unit. And so I think I would like to get all of them, but I'm only going to be going up to the first spark, so if I don't get all of them, I'm not going to bother continuing after that, because I will get one guaranteed from the Spark, and then obviously one from the free 5-star summon. And I think my two highest priorities would be Crom, because I think his A Fate Changed is just so unique. Like, I feel like there's some really crazy things you can do with that. And then Byleth, because one, I think she's a very strong unit, but two, I also think there's a chance that Brave Claude might get a refine that makes him want speed preempt. So I will be holding on to her until he gets a refine, and if he gets a refine that kind of makes him really compatible with that, maybe like if it lets him deal extra damage or something, I do think I will be foddering her off to him. Because obviously I have a +10 Brave Claude who I haven't used in ages because he's just not very good in the current meta. But I would love to be able to use him again, and I think that might be a good skill for him, especially since ranged flyers really don't get much. So I'm excited to have this, this fodder option. Aside from that, I guess okay, let's just start summoning, and I'll kind of just like talk about my thoughts on the units as we go. So I will be going full circle. Okay, pretty good first circle. Yeah, so the colorless unit, Byleth, I think she is very similar to her two legendary versions, in the sense that, she has null follow-up, she has that super damaging special, but I think the speed preempt makes her really unique. Like, obviously it's an inheritable skill, but the fact that that's in her base kit, I think could actually be very, very strong, because unless you've got Hardy Bearing, there's just no getting around that. And I think with her special ready, because it will be ready at the start of the turn with the way her kit works, I think there are a lot of units who she will just straight up be one-shotting. And the 75% damage reduction, which doesn't seem to be affected by skills like Deadeye and whatnot, I think that is really strong. Like, this unit is very strong. I don't think she's game-breaking, but she definitely probably feels like the objectively strongest unit in the bunch, just in terms of power level. Also, wrong Tiki. Yeah, so I think Byleth's very good. I think her fodder's very good. So that's why she's probably my #1 priority. Next up is Crom. Crom is like Brave Erica. Like, I know people are making the Brave Erica comparison, and I can see why, but I would argue, like, while he might not be as strong as her in certain things, I would argue, like, the overall, like, with his assist skill, I think he might be even stronger. Like, I think I've seen people saying Crom is, like, not that good, but I think people are underestimating just how strong being able to steal people's effects is. Especially when he comes straight up in his base kit with a skill that allows him to give null follow-up to all the infantry units on his team. I think that is a very easy way for him to get null follow-up. He can also grab nutty things like Fallen Star, Dominance from Hilda. There's a lot of other effects that he could grab. I don't have them handy right now. I'm sure Phoenix Master will make an infographic at some point with every single possible skill that he could steal that might be impactful on the meta. But I do think, like, especially in Arena, this unit's gonna be crazy. Like, imagine Crom with To Change Fate. We already know how big of an issue Duo Crom and Legendary Crom are. But also just, like, stealing effects, too. Also, we got our first 5-star, which is a 4-star special. That's Zelgius. I think he's just going to be another merge on my Zelgius. Plus attack. Pretty good. I don't know what my current one is, though. I think my Zelgius is currently, like, +3. So I'll take another merge. I never use him, but I know he's a pretty decent unit if you invest in him. So maybe I will. So yeah, Crom, I think I don't think the Brave Erica comparison is completely fair because I think he has that special, which makes him... Sorry, I keep saying special. I mean that assist skill, which just makes him so unique, I think. I think he is going to be a lot bigger of a problem than people are anticipating. And I, for one, am really not looking forward to dealing with him in Arena. Because since he's a cavalry unit, his movement, or like his range to attack, will be equivalent to Duo Chrom and Legendary Chrom. Because they have 2 movement, but they can attack 2 spaces. He has 3 movement, and he can attack 1 space. So he can attack just as far as they can. Oh yeah, he can also steal Pathfinder, which is fun. Love getting more Pathfinder on the enemy team. In terms of Tiki, I think a lot of people are, you know, saying she's just like another tanky infantry dragon, and obviously goes very well with the DC Dragon Seal, which is true, but I think she's currently the only solution we have to actually dealing with pre-charged specials that, like, a pre-charged special on a unit who you can't pulse it down because of their cooldown. Like, if someone has a slaying effect in their weapon and times pulse, and they're running a 2 cooldown special, there's just no way to pulse smoke that away on their player phase. Like, you can pulse smoke it away on your player phase, but then once they attack, they just have the special ready again. So I think Tiki's actually the only way right now to deal with specials like that. I think that's very unique. It's like, she's like a very tanky infantry dragon, but like to the next level. And I think her like special charging and enemies de-special charging is very unique. And I think she's very strong. I don't know, I mean, I feel like she could be a decent unit in summoner duels, and definitely in ether raids. Like, as a ranged tank, I feel like she is going to be very strong. So she's green, right? So, like, she might struggle against red units. I definitely think she'll struggle against, like, red melee units. Especially, like, Dragon Slayers, like, Brave Olm, Legendary Marth. They might not have enough attack to one-shot her, but I feel like an invested unit would. Despite that 40% damage reduction that she gets. So, there's that. But, honestly, like, because she's a ranged tank, you don't want her taking the melee threats anyway. Like, that's like saying Ascended Fjorm is a bad unit because she's really bad at melee threats. It's, like, not a one-to-one comparison because obviously Fjorm has a save skill, whereas Tiki doesn't. But I do feel like Tiki will be a great ranged tank to use alongside a Near Saver, who covers all her melee weaknesses. In terms of red ranged units who she might struggle with, I honestly, like, can't think of any. Maybe Duo Chrom, but also she stops his Deadeye, and she has, I think, follow-up prevention, if I'm remembering correctly. So I don't actually know if he does kill her. Something tells me he doesn't. Also, we're 20 summons in without a focus unit, or just an actual 5-star yet, so that's not looking too great. My luck in Fae lately has just not been amazing. So y'all saw how I spent about, I don't know, 200-something orbs trying to get Plumeria Merges. I pulled 1 copy and then sparked another copy, so that was 2 Plumeria Merges. Well, what y'all didn't see is after that I spent another 350-ish orbs on that banner. Didn't get a single Plumeria. All I got was another Legendary Nana, an Ascended Merida, and another Medius. So, yeah. Learn your lesson like me the hard way. Legendary and Mythic banners suck and are not worth going past the spark, for the most part. Because I am currently a sad person. I am sad because I don't have orbs. But I do have enough to spark on this, so hopefully whoever the legendary is this month isn't appealing to me. I know there's a chance it'll be Sigurd. Sorry, not Sigurd. I was thinking of Sigurd, because I was going to talk about Seliph next, but there's a chance it'll be Fafnir. I don't think it's super likely. I will definitely be sad if it is, but, like, again, these banners, legendary mythic banners, not really worth pulling past the spark, especially if you have Fey Pass. They just suck. The odds of getting a specific unit you want are so bad. Alright, so let's create some space in her barracks. Alright, we're back. Just 15 more summons away from the spark. Still haven't gotten anyone. Really hoping my luck turns around a little bit in those last pulls. So, yeah, I was going to talk about Seliph. I think Seliph as a standalone unit, while he is very comparable to Legendary Sigurd in terms of his combat prowess, I would argue he's a lot better than Legendary Sigurd, like as an individual combat unit. The thing is that obviously Sigurd, a lot of Sigurd's value lies in the utility that he provides the rest of the team by allowing them to move one extra space and buffing them. So obviously, like, Seliph doesn't have that, but I think the fact that he has null follow-up, the fact that he has that true damage, he's got Canto built in, he's got Miracle, which I think a lot of people are underrating just how useful that's going to be. I think, yeah, as a standalone unit, Seliph is stronger than Legendary Sigurd, but he doesn't provide the same kind of utility to the overall team. So, most people are saying he's worse than Sigurd. I guess overall, probably worse. But again, if you're just looking for a one-off unit who is very, very good, to just go in there, do damage, and not die, and then get out, Seliph could be your man. And I feel like he's one of those units who I'm gonna need to see how he performs with other people first before I, like, make my final judgment on him. But I do think people are kind of exaggerating how bad he is. I don't think he's bad by any means. But I can also see why people are disappointed that he's basically just Legendary Sigurd, but different. I know, in general, people are, like, not super happy with this year's CYL design choices. Lovely, we got a Mist. If only that could be Byleth instead. Wow, this rate is probably not even gonna break before, the spark, is it? I don't want to jinx myself, because I might go past the spark if the rate is high. This summoning session has kind of sucked so far. But yeah, back to the design choices for this CYL. I know Tiki, it's like, why did they make her young Tiki? Hi, Azura. So, we're getting a lot of 4-star specials today, but no actual 5 stars. Hate that. But another merge for my Azura, I'll take it. But yeah, why is Tiki young Tiki? I don't know, beats me. Crom just kind of looks generic. I'm sorry to the Crom fans, but I just think he kind of looks generic. Like, he doesn't scream brave hero to me. And neither does Tiki. Byleth, I think, I was never a big fan of the Sothis Regalia in Three Houses. Like, I thought it looked kind of tacky, but I think this artist has done a wonderful job making it look very pretty. So, like, as much as it might have been cool to have Byleth in Gerald's outfit, we did get Gerald, which is super cool, and I think the Regalia looks really nice on Byleth, and I think her art is probably my favorite out of the batch. As for Seliph, like, obviously Wada Sachiko always hitting it out of the park with the art. Very pretty art, but again, it does kind of just look like they slapped Selif's head on top of Sigurd's body. I think a lot of people, myself included, were hoping that they might draw inspiration from, like, Deirdre's design for his design as a unit, so, like, in terms of the weapon he was using, but also, like, the outfit. So that would have been nice, but it didn't happen. Speaking of nice but didn't happen, we didn't get any 5 stars up to the spark. I really don't know what to do. I'm in shock. I was expecting to get at least 1. Well, I said Byleth was my priority, so I'm gonna go Byleth first, and then I'm gonna hold on to this free summon for now, but anyway, we're gonna do colorless for Byleth. And then I'm gonna break my pity rate. Like, I can't leave off at, like, a 5% pity rate on a banner this good. And I hate that this is happening again. I swear to God, every time I try to summon lately, my luck is so bad up to the spark. Anyways, we got her Neutral, who would have thought? I really hope we get someone soon because, like, this is a little bit demoralizing and I really don't want to have to spend that many orbs. Of course it's a 3-star. Oh boy. Well, I mean, I guess we've kind of covered CYL. I guess I'm just... Okay, so I recently graduated university. My graduation hasn't happened yet, and I'm still waiting on one of my 5 marks. Like, I took 5 courses this term. Still waiting on the mark from one of them. But, I'm, like, pretty confident that I passed. So, pretty much graduated. Yeah. Which is obviously, like, a big step in my life. Pretty exciting. Also a little bit scary because, like, you know, now the job search begins, and it feels like graduating college is... It's like, yeah, you're an adult for a couple of years before that, too. Like, I'm 23 right now. I'm very much objectively an adult, but I guess graduating... Oh... Well, better hope we get someone else in this circle, too, because I really do not want that to be the only 5-star I get. But yeah, graduating is a big step in your life, and that's, like, when the rest of your life really starts to happen, I feel like. Because, you know, you get a job, you start working. But yeah. So, I don't know, pretty big moment in my life, I would say. Actual graduation ceremonies in October. But yeah, in the meantime, just gonna be looking for a job. But I am definitely excited to start this new chapter in my life because, like, school was hard. I did not have... Like, overall, I would say I had fun in university, but it was definitely very stressful. And the program I was doing was a double degree, so... like, it was both computer science and business, so when I graduate, I'm gonna get 2 pieces of paper, 2 different bachelor degrees. So it was, like, it was hard, but I would say pretty rewarding, especially now looking back. I'm like, damn, the years have really flown by. I don't really know where I'm going with this. Also, just sad about my pulls. Do I keep summoning? My rate is still 4.25. I feel like... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. This is probably a terrible decision. But, like, the only 5-star that I get, like, walking out of that with Ronin being the only 5-star that I get, just doesn't sit right with me. And so I'm going to waste more orbs. Oh god. You know, CYL always feels worth it in the sense that the units are either very good or have good fodder, or both at the same time, which I would say is the case pretty much every year. Throwback to CYL4, where I pulled a +10 Brave Claude in under 500 orbs. I will never have luck that good again, and I feel like this summoning session kind of just proves that. What am I doing? Why am I continuing? At this rate, I'm gonna end up at the next spark. Like, it's really not worth it. Oh my god, I'm making mistakes again. I'm making summoning mistakes. Selif, please show up and end my suffering. Oh my god. Why did I keep going? Oh no. When do I cut myself off? I don't know. I'm gonna be so mad if the legendary this month is someone I actually want. Oh god. Bad decisions were made. Please, just give me a 5-star. I will stop at any pity breaker at this point. Please. I just don't want to end off with this rate. Oh, thank you, Selif. Oh, I was really getting scared that nobody else would show up. Let's attack. Love to see it. We'll do the greens too, just in case Tiki decides to show up. But man, I strongly regret spending more orbs on this. I guess we might as well do the colorless too, because it's just 3 orbs, but probably not going to get anyone. And at this point, like, I'm halfway to the 2nd spark, like, Oh, that's wonderful. This is a good circle to end off on. Awesome. So now I have a spare Byleth for fodder, plus speed is better than the neutral one, so we will be keeping that and foddering off the other one. You know, despite the fact that I had to go another 18 summons in, I would say overall this was fine. I think my luck was still below average, pretty sure, for the amount of orbs that I spent. Only actually getting 2 5-stars. 2 focus 5-stars, 1 off focus on Ronin, and then Sparking Byleth. But anyways, at this point, like, Tiki, as much as I guess she'd be nice to have, like, I don't particularly need her. I don't see a place where I'll be using her. Whereas Crom, I just feel like is much more unique. And, like, worst case, even if he ends up sucking, he's got really good fodder, so, we're just gonna take Crom. I'm so glad that last circle went the way it did. Oh. There he is. Something about his face just looks off to me. I really like the armor, and I think the special pose looks stunning. It's just something about the face in the neutral pose just doesn't sit right with me. So we picked up a 4-star special Zelgius, 4-star special Mist, 4-star special Azura. We sparked Byleth, then we got a Ronin as a Pity Breaker, and then I had to keep going, and I got Seliph and Byleth in the same circle. And then we took the free 5-star summon Crom. So, overall, we actually only pulled 2 5-star focus units, but I really can't complain too much, because Tiki was probably the one I wanted the least anyways. So, yeah. That's it for this summoning session. Let me know in the comments how your pulls went. Hopefully they were a bit more lucky than mine. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Oh, and before I forget, thank you so much to all my channel members for your support. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, thank you all so much for your continuing support. Oh, and also, again, before I forget, I've been planning an updated barracks showcase, so look forward to that in the next week or two. I feel like I have a lot of new units since the last time I did a barracks showcase, because that was over a year ago. Like, I've now got a +10 legendary Claude who I can show off. I've got a +10 Summer Claude, +10 New Year's Fafnir, +10 Limb Stella, and I've got 2 Speed Hearts. I just feel like there's a lot of units that I didn't showcase before, who I'm really excited to do so now. So yeah, look forward to a barracks showcase. I never did, like, a 5k subscriber special or a 6k subscriber special, so we'll just count it as a just a fun little video. But yeah, definitely excited to make that. But yeah, I feel like I've talked enough. This video has made me a little bit sad with the way my luck went. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!